Hey Crownies!
Hello!
Welcome back to our vlog. Today we're going to be talking about the differences living with an young and old foreigner.
Yeah,
As
your
I have,
opinion.
yeah, my experience, based on my experience.
And before we start, we want to say that this is just based on Charmie's experience. It doesn't mean that other Filipinos needs to have the same experience, and it's just about opinion. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't mean that all foreigners are same. So yeah, we just need to say it. It's better. This is completely improvised because at the moment I don't feel good. I have headache. I don't know from why, and
Fasting.
yeah, maybe because of fasting or not drinking so much. And yeah, that's the reason why we improvise now a vlog. So we're gonna see where it leads us. Hello Apollo, how you came inside when everything is closed, huh? Did you jump through the window again? Okay.
Anyway, so my first, I don't think it's a question, but like, how do I feel living with a...
Yeah, it's our child shot. That's how kids are.
How do I feel with an old
How happy I'm an old man. Did you hear that, Apollo? By the way, Apollo, the people gonna say that you are not well raised and you are a bad dog. That's what the people say about you. Oh.
It's like it's okay.
It's okay.
Anyways, guys, so I am gonna be talking about my experience, how it feels to live with an old man versus with a young man. First is, in the very beginning, I really struggle with the comments or how people see me as a young Filipina with an old man before. They used to, think that I'm just staying with him because of money, or most Filipino are being judged for having an old man. Everyone thinks that when an old man with a young Filipina, it's directly the Filipina who is just using them, Fact is, we don't just, of course, it's like we wanna have a good future, of course, but it doesn't mean that we have no feelings for them. Of course, we have feelings for them. I have feelings for my ex, to the point that I always forgive him to everything that he did to me. And I think a lot of people knows about what I went through. With the young man, people also used to, question, oh my God, based on my experience, everyone always say like, why you are with a young foreigner, he has no money, you have no future with him, or he will just play with you, he's not serious yet because he's still young, he don't want to settle down, something like that, So it's so confusing for people, how people keep judging you, whether you have old man or a young man. Everyone always have their comments, and it's really actually stupid,
But there's something I need to say. Because it is also happen in our, what is the name of a circle of people around us, It's not friends and family, but people who knows us. It's so funny because when it's a young man, they say to the woman, they give the advice, do not go with him because he's just cheating on you, and he's just he's not serious with you, and he gonna leave you. But the funny thing is, that's my experience here already, or what I hear from also Filipinas, when she's in a relationship with an old man or older man, and he is doing this, flirting other girls, chatting other girls, having one night stands with other girls, and she wants to break up, the same persons advise to the woman, that's how foreigners are, you can just live with that as long you have a safe life and as long you have money, where's the problem? These two faces that when it comes to a man, a younger man who has maybe not that much money and not financial so stable, they advise to not go with this man because he's not serious. But when she is falling in a trap with a man who is cheating on her,
or an old man who is not a good person.
Yeah, or not a good person, then the same people advise to this woman, it's okay, stay with him as long you have a good life, blah blah blah. So for me it's always the feeling that the influence from other people's, it's more hard and more confusing for Filipinos and for the relationship than the relationship by itself, because based on what I hear, the most Filipino and foreigner relationships, they have always struggled because of third parties.
Yeah, but actually there are a lot of Filipinas who are, well, I don't want to say that all Filipinas who has an old man is in love, because I know some friends of friends, or common friends, they talk about, like the relationship with old men. Some of them, they really go just because they need money. It has nothing to do with feelings. But in my case, a lot of people are really judging me in the very beginning because I was so young and I would say naive, and in that moment I really have real feelings, and people are so quick to judge me. They don't even know that I have really good work, that I don't depend on my ex at that time.
If that would be the case, you was not able to leave that easily, right?
Huh?
Yeah, if the case would be that you would rely on him, then you had not this easy leaving.
Yeah.
But when
the crazy thing is, when I was living with my ex, I used to, my families or relatives, they have this mindset that you just settle in one man. The man you met and make a love, you should settle with them and stay with them. And that's how I see people around me. So it also gives me pressure to, even if I want to get out from this unfaithful relationship, I was like, part of me is forced to also stay because something happened with us already or something like that. And then when I get to meet a lot of people, it's like my mind is broadened from other experiences of other people, and that's how I start to see the real world of being in a relationship, that you shouldn't settle for someone who do not care for you or is not loyal with you. So that was my experience. And yeah, like I said, people, even I have young men or with Andre now, the very first thing that people usually ask about me, what is his job, how much money he has, And for me, it's so funny. I mean, sometimes I get offended of how people just quickly ask this type of question that is very private, And sometimes I tell them that they shouldn't normalize asking people like this. Instead, they should ask, I expect them to ask, like, is he a nice person, Or, that is what I wish people would just ask me, is he a nice person? Instead of, what is his work? How much money he has? Or does he have a lot of money? Because he's still young, That is, Guys, so crazy, so funny. Um,
We gonna continue that. I'm sorry. Now you need to struggle the same way we are struggling all the time here. So now it's our old problem. Welcome in the Philippines.
welcome in the Philippines.
Wait.
Let me
Does people ask you how much money I have?
always.
The girls?
It's not a girls, everyone. Especially like when I go outside the gate and I buy something.
Really?
Everyone.
And what do you say?
I said like we work together, you know? And I used to say like it doesn't this is what frustrates me or sometimes makes me upset or offended because I say if I would say to them that yes, he has a lot of money, they would think, oh, then you are a user.
Yeah, that's the problem.
If I would
the
also
best
say,
thing, I think I think the best thing for all men when you want to have an advice from me, okay, do never ever open up how much is your retirement, how much is your income. Here in the Philippines, this is my opinion about it. I'm sure people are gonna hate me for that, but I went to a lot of countries already, and I also know a lot of different cultures and people from different cultures. But in the Philippines, they always come with these questions in a very nice way in front of you, and they are not that bad in giving you a comfortable feeling or a trustful feeling to open up about yourself.
they know how to play with it.
Yeah, like and what is your work, and then you say like this and that, and then they
it's
say,
nice,
oh, that's so cool. I hear you make so much. You can make really good money with it, and then with this kind of things, they really are good in asking you this that you don't know it. That
Yeah.
was my biggest mistake in the beginning when I came here finally. And then you hear from other people or third party that they spreading this news, you know.
Yeah.
And they start talking about you in another way. I said there was a vlog already where I mentioned what I don't like in the Philippines is this gossip thing, and there is something you need to be aware. I have this feeling that the people here, it's part of, I would not say culture, but they doesn't mean it that bad. But for an example, for a German person, gossip is really not good, and German people hate.
Normal here.
Yeah, German people hate gossip, and they take it also with a long time when they find out that you was spreading gossip about them. It could be that you will lose friends or family because of gossip. But here in the Philippines, it has nothing to say, because I think everyone knows it that people are talking about each other, and everyone does it. If you are a Filipina and you have a young man, I think you need to be aware of this kind of things, and also the man needs to be aware of that people gonna talk about you. I think with an old man it's not that big, right? The gossip is not that high than with a younger.
They just talk about that Filipinas is just using that or ripping that old foreigner, that's all, you know.
This is something, of course, the woman or the Filipinos can disagree now with us, but when you are not in a relationship with a foreigner, or when you are not in a relationship with a young or old man from abroad, you cannot talk about it because you don't make this experience.
Yeah.
So
You have no idea.
I think every mixed couple now in our channel, or who will see this vlog, can agree with us or find similar situations about it, because they know also that people talk, and that is something what gave in our relationship also struggle already, and situations where we was fighting because of other people.
Yeah.
And this is something you need to be aware, especially when you are a young man and you want to live here with your Filipina, that you need to learn to be blind for gossip or something. How do you feel for an example, when you and me we go out, because in
Okay.
Aluna, for an example, it's not that common to see a young Filipino with a young foreigner, because I'm just 33 years old,
Yeah.
and the average it's normally higher for people who stay here. How do you see the situation?
Well, if I would compare it from older and with a young one, of course you feel more confident. You feel, confident, proud, of course. With an older guy, you wanna be proud, but you cannot get out from how people is looking at you, staring at you,
Judging you.
judging me. So that one makes me uncomfortable, but it's not that I'm ashamed because I have an old man. It wasn't the case at all. We were always together and I have no problem with it. But to see people watching us, not just Filipino guys, foreigners also, they also for sure judge us, that is only what makes me uncomfortable. But with Andre, I don't have feeling of being uncomfortable, because even if people would look at us, you can see if the people watching you are like have this judging face, but with Andre it's like, wow, young man.
But I can say that I make the same experience with foreigners who are watching me, and sometimes I can really see in their faces that they ask themselves how he can live here. She's just here because of money. He would never get a woman like her without money. This is also something I recognize, but this comes more from Western guys. And when I come in a situation where I love talking, and always always when I'm in Panglao or in La Luna, I always find someone I can talk with.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that the same first question from what Charmie gets from Filipinos about me, that's also the first question guys ask me about myself, like, what are you doing for work, how you can live here, and you are so young. And it's funny because
Hallelujah. The thing is, I don't see myself beautiful or something like that for Andre to think like, how come he has a woman like that, I don't see that at all. So for guys, sometimes I have this feeling that they think, oh, there must be just, like vacation girl. It's like a vacation girl or something, because mostly tourists here are young, and then they want to explore, have women, something like that. So for sure some of them, I think, like, okay, they just have this few weeks together and he's gone. Every time I go in the disco or in the bar, I always look like a hooker, and I don't I don't get hurt or offended when people used to call me a hooker when they see me in Panglao, because the way I dress up myself is like insane, and there was even a moment where I didn't meet you yet. That was still when I was with my ex. Every time I go alone in the Aluna, a lot of guys, even Filipinos who have connections with guys who are looking for a girl, they always ask me how much is my how much
really
is my price, or what does that mean? It's
rate.
How much is my rate per night? And I said, what do you mean? I said, yeah, that foreigner wants to spend the night with you. I said, are you crazy?
Yeah, it's...
Or sometimes I would say, like, are you you must be a lady boy or something.
But the good thing is, I need to say, compared to Manila where I was, Aluna is way more calm in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, way more calm, because in Aluna, when you want to have this kind of fun tourism, then I can tell you Aluna is really not the right place for you, because that is what I love in Aluna. This is really about party, enjoying life, and there are for sure also girls, we are talking about it,
But not so insane.
but not so insane, and they are not like trying to attract you or something. So when you really want to have party, Aluna is a right place for you, and then you just want to have a great vacation. When you're looking for other things, then you should go maybe
Angeles.
to see Angeles or Makati or maybe Cebu, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this. How or what is your opinion every time you see a Filipina with an old man?
I don't think anything about it because it's not my business. Promise. The thing is, sometimes I have this feeling, I wanted to make a vlog about it, a separate vlog, but I can say it a little bit, that I hate in the Western world that the people always think one Filipina is like all Filipinos. And they generalize Filipinas, and 100% for sure, when there is an older man with a younger girl and they get married and they have kids and everything, and then the relationship breaks up, the reason is always the girl. That's what they say. It's always the girl. Okay? But I know a lot of stories already, and not just from Filipinos, also from foreigners who witnesses that somehow, or sometimes when I hear how some foreigners are treating their lovely girls and taking them for granted, I'm honest to you, if I would be a girl, I would rip this guy off. I would take all the money I could. I would make sure that his life here in the Philippines would be a mess. Because that's what I hear, is that the girls are faithful, the girls give them a child or everything, and then the guys start flirting other girls, chatting other girls, having sex.
That was the reality of my life.
Yeah, then I hear that the man goes to other islands and the girl is checking their luggage, because Filipinos are really, they are not stupid, guys, okay?
We are not stupid.
Filipinas are really one of the, I would say, toughest girls I met. And they check the luggage. When you are a married man with a woman and 2 kids, for example, why you have to leave without the kids and woman, and why you need to bring condoms? This is the question you should, yeah? So what do you guys think, that this girl would say, oh, okay, I stay the way I am and you can do whatever you want and then it's everything good? Guys, the story is not always the Filipina is the cheater and the Filipina is the scammer. It happened. It happened hundreds of times, and I'm sorry for all men who fall in this trap. But it's not always the woman. Okay? And when I see sometimes how married guys act here in Aluna, and somehow I know that they are married because I know it from Charmie or from other people, friends of friends, then I really hope that this woman will find out soon, and I hope that she will make this country here to a hell for him. Because as a man, he doesn't deserve anything better. This is my opinion. So if you wanna, of course you can judge me also, and I know that now there will be a lot of comments from people who make bad experience. Like I said, I know this happened all over the world. But I know also a lot of sad stories where the girl is the victim, where the girl is the one who is being trapped or used or taken for granted, and that this girl starts changing her mind after years, and that she starts taking revenge or something. It's quite natural, it's normal. And do not think that it would not happen in another country as well. Yeah,
like I said,
so
I suffered, I would say, almost
Filipino girls power.
I suffered almost 6 years in my life with betrayal, you name all those stuff, and It took me, like I said, 6 years, almost 6 years to finally be the one to, like, you know, I don't cheat him for fun because my ex cheat me for fun. I cheat for having a better man, you know. And I wasn't like playing, you know, the way he did to me. I was more on finding someone I can be with, I can trust.
Yeah, to make this clear, not that Charmie was cheating every week or something. When we met each other, she was still in that relationship. We start communicating, and then after I think 4 weeks or something.
But guys, I wanna make this clear that I still say it cheating because while he was meeting with other girls, I was chatting with you.
Yeah.
He was already meeting girls, and I was just chatting him.
Yeah.
And after 1 month chatting with him, we end the relationship from my previous ones, and me and Andre talked for 1 year before we even met each other.
Correct, yeah. Just to make this clear, not that the people gonna think wrong again, or attack you again. So I think let us come back to the main topic. I think the biggest difference is for Filipinos when you are in a relationship with a young man compared to a relationship with an older man is how people gonna see this relationship. And I just can give the advice to be strong and hold together and do not listen to what other people say. Just listen more to your feelings and listen to yourself, because the people cannot see you 24 hours at home. They don't know anything about you. And if you feel that this man, it doesn't matter how old he is serious with you, then it's the right man. But if you start having doubts, if you start thinking like it doesn't matter how old he is, that he is not honest with you, and he's maybe also attracted to other girls or something, then better you cut this directly and make it to a short cut with maybe pain, instead of having a bad life with long pain for how long it takes, because it will not get better.
Never. So
that was a very emotional conversation. I never thought this.
It's the reality.
That's the reality. That's life. So Crownies, we hope you enjoyed our little conversation with you, and let us know in the comments your opinion. Stay fair, stay nice, do not say...
Don't be always too negative. Even if there's nothing negative about, don't spread the negativity.
We are talking about opinions, we are talking about experience, let us know, but stay kind to each other. And so far it works pretty good in our community, and that makes us really proud. And we see you next time, I think.
Anyways guys, thank you so much, and like always, stay kind. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
Bye bye.